Furthermore, you realize certain individuals say deservedly so on the grounds that he swindled. He had a delightful family. And he cheated and lost his family lock-in people in light of the fact that the story I have today has every one of the exciting bends in the road of a drama treachery, dread double-crossing, and equity. It has everything and the stars of this genuine dramatization. In all honesty, the once cherished big-name couple Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto. This story is about Shirley's frightening experience, a horrible she has at long last awakened from Hey Everybody. And welcome back to Celeb Live Divert. In the present video, I'm pulling the drapery back on a story that has been stewing on a deeper level for some time now. Yes, we're discussing the Shirley Strawberry adventure. According to insider reports, Shirley knew Ernesto was untrustworthy, yet she was caught in a circle of dread, unfit to break free or try and voice her trouble. Yet think about what people the tables have turned. Ernesto's new capture has totally exposed his loathsome deeds, and Shirley is at long last liberated from his grip. In some cases, when your companions or individuals you love are going through it, and they begin talking some of the time they simply believe that you should tune in. So we should toss it back to, or a long time back, Shirley Strawberry, a lady known for her coarseness and versatility, posted a video on her social records. In the video, she uncovered her inner self, uncovering the excruciating truth about her homegrown maltreatment difficulty on account of her significant other. Yet bam, the video vanished as fast as it surfaced, passing on us to ponder the conditions prompting its cancellation. And the tensions clearly could look. Here's a delicious goodie from our insiders. Shirley has some awareness of Ernesto's cheating, yet she kept mum. Why, you ask? Picture this: residing in never-ending dread, treading lightly, terrified to request a separation, or let the cat out of the bag about Ernesto's extramarital undertakings on the grounds that the man was a ticking delayed bomb, $1 million misrepresentation plot, and a ton of casualties. This all occur through a supposed development and training business, a piece of it run via virtual entertainment. Yet what's this? Ernesto's new capture came like a much-needed refresher for Shirley. My insiders are humming that, unquestionably spilling that, doubtlessly spilling the tea to the criminal investigators prepared to bring Ernesto down for his deeds. Shirley is more agreeable than any other time. She needs to consider Ernesto responsible, said a source near the matter. The capture could steer the result in support of Shirley. Rumors from far and wide suggest that Ernesto may be hit with additional charges, all because of Shirley's assertions. It appears as though Shirley's reversing the situation around, turning into a guide of equity, guaranteeing that Ernesto puts in his time, continue on. And it's nothing off about that, since such is reality. You need to continue on, you know. That is the means by which we learn. We commit errors, we move them. Recollect that video I referenced before it disappeared. Without a follow, many trust that it's happenstance, as well as something hazier, an indication of obstruction or control. Perhaps erasing the video underlines the perplexing elements of Shirley's circumstance, the boundary she probably looked while getting down on the maltreatment. Shirley's hesitance to connect for assist with aiding highlights the fear Ernesto imparted in her, that is a slip look into the existence of a maltreatment casualty trapped in a snare of control, battling to find a departure course. What's more, Shirley's participation with policing, her steely assurance to convey equity she won't withdraw Shirley's perpetrated, to guaranteeing no other person succumbs to Ernesto's, said another insider. However, there's more with Shirley's collaboration. Ernesto may be taking a gander at a torrential slide of new charges. The higher the stakes for Ernesto, the more grounded the argument against him. And that is all down to Shirley prepared to increase pressure on Ernesto, guaranteeing he pays for every single piece of his activities. Return an excursion to June 2022. The law found out about two scalawags celebrating the good life in a rental, abandoning a path of rental misrepresentation. They were piling up in a spot that wasn't in fact theirs, everything, while at the same time setting the spot up with assets from hot checks. They weren't roomies, they were sidekicks dismissing their duty, and utilizing misleading means to keep the spot running. My insiders let me know they were evading rent. While tidying up the spot with skip checks, quick forward a little, and bam, the trick specialists were booted out by September 16th. Their old torment was up for snatch tabs again, an obvious sign that the law was ending their obscure game. I am obviously discussing Ernesto Williams, referred to as Shirley Strawberry's legitimate spouse, as well as his accomplice, known as Erica Lord. Presently recall that pad at 980 Pinewood Street, the one that Shirley and Ernest called home. It was available in May, yet found no takers by June. It was removed. The posting. This lets us know that Shirley and Sincere day-to-day environments were in peril, with changes approaching not too far off. Fans felt that Erica Ernest residing companion was only a guiltless spectator and accidental associate in his tricks. Yet as the platitude goes, things aren't generally what they appear, things being what they are. Erica Ruler was something beyond Ernesto's flatmate. She was his paramour, a similar lady he went behind Shirley's back with. Besides, she was his sidekick, a rival, some assistance in his fake plans. I would likewise demand that there be a lower leg screen put on Mr. Williams, as well as have no web access by any stretch of the imagination, and no contact with any excavators or creatures. Including the hints lays out a staggering picture. Shirley worldwide hadn't been sharing a rooftop for some time. Ernesto was cozied up in a stylish chateau nearby with his escort, who had thought right. The entire examination started off from the Pine Forest Street property. When lease began to heap onto paid alerts, began ringing. This prompted the police digging further into their funds, and presto, their extortion was out in the open. Roll back to June, when the Roswell police focused in to dive into a rental misrepresentation case. And here's where it gets fascinating. Erica's name was MIA on the dispossessory report. This disparity threw up inquiries regarding her job in the entire monetary disaster. Ernest N. bet everything safeguarding his case by expressing that Ernest had never played the legal counselor game or done anything of the sort. Yet Erica, then again, was one more story. She put on a legal counselor act to spring Ernest out of jail, yet that handled her in steaming hot water. Yes, you're not mixed up. It's straight out of a Hollywood activity film. Ernesto's paramour changed her name, adding the family name Ross Safeguard, probably to stay away from doubt. And afterwards she went to the jail to meet her darling, acting like his attorney. What precisely she was attempting to accomplish is obscure. Maybe she essentially needed to see Ernesto, or perhaps she needed to trade or get some data. Regardless, she was uncovered, and presently she has joined Ernesto in the slammer. Ernest wasn't free. Possibly he was gazing intently at a clothing rundown of charges, including crime scheme, burglary by double dealing, administrations, robbery, bobbing checks, and there would have been various impending warrants coming for this situation. I accept Roswell. Let us know today when we check for an update. The most over-the-top nauseating thing is that on his PC during the hunt, the police found photographs and recordings with the support of diggers. Erica's rap sheet was no more limited with charges like bothered character misrepresentation, falsification, and surprisingly, unapproved regulation practice. It's viewed as hazardous, he's viewed as perilous. It is accounted for that Erica was at first delivered on bail anyway. On July 23, 2022, Erica was tossed once again into prison. She was confronting 3 warrants for robbery, criminal trespassing, and being a Florida criminal. Now, Florida springs up again, here in light of the fact that Ernest had opportunity to visit his sweetheart there, adding one more curve in question. We believe this individual to be a flight hazard. We have prison calls where he's looking at going to see his better half in Florida. Because of their co-litigant status, the specialists hit the brakes on any contact among Ernest and Erica. More connects to Florida surfaced when it came out that Erica, also known as Erica Kane He Rothschild, had a spot there. Ernest, in the meantime, was marked a danger with future warrants approaching over his head, proposing he may ultimately depend on more naughtiness reports, surfaced of him claiming unlawful guns like a Glock and a grass-off shotgun with a silencer, as kept in Fulton Province records dated May 5, 2022. These unlawful weapons caused a commotion about his criminal contribution and potential vicious propensities. These wrongfully changed guns painted Sincere as a risky man. While the charges connected with these guns aren't nitty-gritty, the message they are referenced highlights the seriousness of his criminal operations. These weapons are a warning for Sincere's inclusion in something beyond rental misrepresentation. I might want to advise you that Ernesto had a past lawbreaker record. He was not even permitted to have an enrolled weapon, as you can comprehend. Shirley's significant other was not only an unimportant cheat, it's unmistakable why Shirley fears him and why aggressive behavior at home persevered for such a long time in their family. Strangely enough, the police, who at first became keen on a minor infringement, for example, neglected lease, which doesn't convey a jail sentence, yet rather a fine bit by bit, uncovered a gigantic plan worth $1 million, which you are as of now mindful of in the event that somebody has neglected. Allow me to remind you the web-based embarrassment arose in light of the fact that, notwithstanding minor extortion connected with lease, and such Ernesto and Erica together swindled business people out of roughly $1 million, really position themselves as specialists in the fields of business development, improvement training, things of that nature. As per news sources, they persuaded individuals to pay them for their business mastery. Ernesto and his assistant beguile money managers, letting them know stories how they would assist with fostering their brands, increment their virtual entertainment supporters, and lift their pay to demand increasingly more installment, promising that those administrations and products